Hey ladies, this is Toy with Love Between Two Women, and I'm coming at you with yet another controversial but yet great topic, and that is being friends with exes. That is such a controversial conversation, such a touchy topic. It can weigh either direction. Some say yes, we can be friends with our exes, they can be friends with their exes, and nothing else becomes of it, and the current partner should be secure and accepting of their now platonic friendship. And some ladies say no. Exes are exes for a reason. So let's talk about that. I used to be one of those ladies that used to say exes are exes for a reason, but I never gave my reasoning for why I felt that way. And you know why I didn't give my validation or my reasoning for why I felt exes are exes for a reason? Well, because it was my inner insecurity why I kept saying that. I wanted her to not be friends with her ex because I had an insecurity inside of me that said, if they go and they hang out, and they buddy and chums and pals and friends, there could be that chance that feelings could evolve again, could erupt. And sometimes that does happen. So I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, because sometimes it does. Also, I was like, I want to be her bestie. I want to be her BFF. I don't want, this ex to be her BFF. For what? They're exes for a reason. They didn't get along then, they shouldn't get along now. I have had a change of heart over the years. It took me years to grow and to mature and to learn. Now I feel like, first of all, she is an adult just like I am, and she should be able to handle her friendships or associateships or acquaintanceships as a mature adult, right? There's no reason for me to put limitations on her or restrictions on her, because that's going to make for a bad relationship over time, because there's going to be all of these conditions that I have set up, and I've now put her in a box or in a jail cell basically. And the way I look at it right now is, she had friends before she met me, and one of her friends or a couple of her friends just so happened to be people that she used to date. Now, here is my thought process on that. Some people, they work out better being friends than they do being intimate with each other, being lovers to each other. Sometimes that is very true. And I know because I've lived the experience. Me and my ex, me and one of my ex was together for 11 years, right? We was together for 11 years. Something happened near the end of the relationship that caused it to end. It took a lot of healing on my part. It took a lot of forgiveness on my part, and I took the time and I did that because I noticed that with me harboring negative feelings towards her, I was not feeling healthy. I wasn't feeling good in my body. It was like, I was feeling sick a lot. And it was because I was holding on, I was bottling, what had happened. So once I went through that forgiveness process and took it little teeny steps at a time, not no major, hey, let's be friends, let's hang out, let's talk about our most intricate, details of our lives, let's spend like hell a lot of time around each other. It didn't go like that with me and with her. Okay, it took a couple of years for me to go through my forgiveness, for me to talk with her about little teeny things. No, not constantly rehashing what happened, because what had happened, it had already happened. There was no changing it. There was no bringing it back, no fixing it, no repairing it, nothing like that. It had happened already. So I had to deal with the present. We had to deal with the present. And so that's what I decided to do. And, we would go out from time to time for maybe an hour or two, and we would have little chit chats. And I would make sure to have some discussion topics that was not always centered around what happened, what made the relationship end. We would have happy discussions. Yes, sometimes we would talk about what brought it to an end. And then I had to accept the fact that she's an adult. Adults are going to do what they're going to do. Ain't no stopping that. And people in general, just simply, humans are meant to err. And she made a mistake. She made a decision that wound up a mistake in her mindset, because at the end she realized that she had lost someone that was very important to her, which was me. Lost the relationship. So people are meant to err. They're meant to make mistakes, and that's what happened. She made a mistake. She had to deal with the consequences of it, but even through those consequences, she still wound up with me as a friend. And I told her, the only thing from here on out we can ever be are friends. And that does not mean we lay down together. That doesn't mean we have sex. That doesn't mean that you're in my personal life, and trying to be destructive in my personal life. It doesn't mean any of that. What it simply means is we can be cordial friends with each other. So now, as the years has moved on, and as I've moved on, and I've dated other people, and she dated other people, we began to set boundaries in our friendship. First of all, it's off limits to talk about my new partner. It's off limits for me to talk about her new partner, unless either of us open up the topic, the subject. And it's not always a good idea to talk to your ex about your current, because they're going to be biased. Or is it non-biased? They're going to be biased. They're going to probably say all the things that would be wrong about that relationship. So, be ever so careful not to have discussions about your current relationships. Another thing is that you shouldn't share constantly, or even on even a small time basis or whatever. You shouldn't be sharing what's going on in your current relationship with your ex. It can just make for problems. It can make for trouble, and it can make the current girlfriend feel a bit insecure, or make her feel some kind of way because you're around this ex. That's another thing, you know, being around an ex too frequently or too often, that can also pose an issue with the current relationship. Now, would I say that, you know, the person is insecure? At that point, no, I would not say that she's insecure. She's being a person. She's being a woman, and you know, just as you probably wouldn't want her. Ooh, excuse me. Just as you would not want her constantly around her ex, where there is that possibility that something could happen. I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen anyway. Whether you're around them for a long period of time or a short period of time. I mean, people can duck into an alley, have sex real quick, come out like nothing happened. So what's going to happen is going to happen. However, you know, you may want to just limit the frequency of how often you're around an ex, so that it doesn't pose a problem for your current relationship. So that's all I have for now. Thanks so much for watching, ladies. Thanks so much for taking your time out to listen to what I have to say. So I always ask the same thing. If you like what I have shared with you today, tonight, this morning, whichever time it is in your time zone, give the video a thumbs up. If you have a family member or friend or acquaintance that can use this information, if it was useful to you and you'll find that it'd be useful to someone else, please go ahead and share. Click the share button. These buttons cost you nothing at all. I mean, like literally, it doesn't even cost you a penny. It just costs you to move your finger, and that's not even a cost. And if you yourself want to stay up on what I'm talking about, my different topics and stuff like that, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And that way, every time I upload a video, you'll be one of the first to know about it. So anyway, there you have it. Once again, my name is Toy with Love Between Two Women. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a fabulous day.